Plato. If you do not take an interest in the affairs of your government, then you are doomed to live under the rule of fools. Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. A wise man speaks because he has something to say, a fool because he has to say something. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. The right question is usually more important than the right answer. Be kind. Every person you meet is fighting a difficult battle. The one who learns and doesn't practice is like the one who plows and never plants. Someday, in the distant future, our grandchildren's grandchildren will develop a new equivalent of our classrooms. They will spend many hours in front of boxes with fires glowing within. May they have the wisdom to know the difference between light and knowledge. Don't force your children into your ways, for they were created for a time different from your own. Nothing in the affairs of men is worthy of great anxiety. The first and the best victory is to conquer self. We become what we contemplate. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow, even if that someone is yourself. Poverty doesn't come because of the decrease of wealth but because of the increase of desires. You get to know someone better by playing for an hour than by talking for a year. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. We understand why children are afraid of darkness, but why are men afraid of light? The measure of a man is what he does with power. To begin is the most important part of any quest and by far the most courageous. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed by the masses. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Wisest is he who knows what he does not know. The right question is usually more important than the right answer. Every heart sings a song, incomplete, until another heart whispers back. Enjoy life. There's plenty of time to be dead. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. If one has made a mistake and fails to correct it, one has made a greater mistake. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. The qualities which a man seeks in his beloved are those characteristics of his own soul, whether he knows it or not. When you feel grateful, you become great, and eventually attract great things. Better to complete a small task well, than to do much imperfectly. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed by the masses. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Poverty doesn't come because of the decrease of wealth, but because of the increase of desires. Ignorance is the root cause of all difficulties. Welcome out of the cave, my friend. It's a bit colder out here, but the stars are just beautiful. To begin is the most important part of any quest and by far the most courageous. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. We do not act rightly because we are excellent. In fact, we achieve excellence by acting rightly. A true artist is someone who gives birth to a new reality. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Perfect wisdom has 4 parts. Wisdom, the principle of doing things aright. Justice, the principle of doing things equally in public and private. Fortitude, the principle of not fleeing danger, but meeting it. Temperance, the principle of subduing desires and living moderately. The worst of all deceptions is self-deception. He who does not desire power is fit to hold it. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Good decision is based on knowledge, and not on numbers. Happiness springs from doing good and helping others. Plato.